3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome everyone to Heist Labs on marketheist.com. Today we'll be diving into bigtrends.com by Price Headley, and it's a complete stocks and options educational website and mentoring. So, welcome, Price.
Hey, thanks, Jeffrey. Glad to be with you.
Your Big Trends website, what was the motivation for you to start this one? Because there's a lot of option trades sites out there, and yours just seem to offer everything and on a really clear level.
Oh, well, thank you. It's interesting because in the 90s, I worked for another options firm that at the time was the biggest options newsletter in the country in the print version, but I saw what was happening with the internet. And in 99, I said, hey, I want to start bigtrends.com because in 99, what was everybody talking about? Day trading. And I was making a lot of my money trading over multiple days and weeks, where I was riding a lot of the tech stocks as well as a lot of the other big momentum names, brokers, and a lot of the other sectors in the market up very nicely for more than a day. I said, that's crazy to just day trade alone. Why don't we take advantage of these bigger trends? And that's when I said, hey, that's a pretty good name, Big Trends. And it was interesting because, of course, everybody sort of just said day trading's a total bust. Later on, they said that what a waste, But I was saying it while people were doing it, saying this is not where you want to focus. You want to focus on these bigger moves and then take advantage of them. And big trends happen on any time frame. And people say, so you're just buying for the long term? I said, no, I'm trading actively. And at times, I may even do a day trade or a 2 or 3 day trade, but I'm using a 5-minute, 15-minute chart and then looking for my big trends indicators to set up. So it's all about patterns and market structure. So from my perspective, when you see that same pattern set up, most of the time stocks are going to trade in a range. But when they not just have a little breakout, but they have a clear, I call it a thrust breakout, where you get a real powerful up, or you saw it with the financial stocks in 07, 08, powerful downward thrust, that carried on through for quite a lot longer than people expected. So the big trends will tend to last a lot longer than people expect. So our job is to find the low-risk entry points, jump on that. We started as a recommendation company, just making option trades and stock trades and putting that out to individual investors. But we started to see after the bear market of 2001 and 2, people are really hungry for better education, better information. So I started doing more seminars, DVDs, online education, as you mentioned, coaching and mentoring, really helping traders and investors to take a more active role, but not just know enough to be dangerous. Really take it from the beginning to the end of the process, so you know how to set up your trading plan, how to set up the discipline needed to follow that plan through, and then making sure that you have an edge and helping traders develop edges that they could then implement, and then having the scanning technologies to go find those new opportunities as they appear in today's markets.
How many mentors are there on their site, and do you guys teach different things, or do you guys all teach the same thing?
We really are focused on specialists. So we have currently within Big Trends, we have 6 different mentors, and outside we also have another 5 that basically are helping to target different areas. So we have some that focus on the indexes, how to trade the SPY, the QQQQ, the main index vehicles, the DIA, the Dow Diamonds. And then we have ETF-based specialists, so where we're just focused on the exchange-traded fund, gold, GLD, oil, all the major sectors, which there's going to be a lot of opportunity there as inflation heats up in coming years. So taking advantage of both sides of that, as well as the leveraged ETFs that are 2-to-1 and even 3-to-1 leverage against financials and other sectors. And then people like myself that are more geared to the stock side, looking at I factor everything together, but looking at what are the best stocks, because once you get on the big stock moves, they can come from out of nowhere. Like last year with STEC, STEC was a name that we traded real effectively. Never even heard of the company until last year's big breakout, and then we manage to get on. We will never be early to get on at the exact low or get out at the exact high. I call it a sweet spot in the middle. We're looking to take advantage as it just starts to accelerate. We want to be there as it just starts to accelerate, and we want to be out before it comes cratering back down. So we will teach scaling strategies. A lot of the coaching is focused not just on specific indicators to help you find a way in and out of stocks, but how do you, in options, how do you manage that stock and option trade so you can gradually take some money off the table at different predefined levels, and then also trail your stop so when it breaks, you're done with the trade and you move on. So I think that's where most traders and investors have gotten themselves in trouble. I saw a lot of traders that were day traders in '99 that became long-term investors in stocks like Cisco Systems when it went from 60 down to 15, thinking, well, it's a great company, why is it dropping? Or they averaged themselves down and kept buying more on a downward trend. That's one of those cardinal mistakes you cannot afford to make with your trading capital. So we're big believers in the importance of money management and really managing your internal psychology so you don't get too high or too low and never try to load up on any one idea.
Is your mentoring program geared more towards beginners, or you have students of all levels that are just staying with you just to improve even as
we have something for every level. What we find, frankly, is that the beginner typically thinks they can do it themselves. So the beginner thinks, well, I can go learn this myself and with no help go be a success against some of the best and brightest on Wall Street and around the world. The reality is that the bottom line is you usually need some support. You need somebody to back you up. So you just have to have first year or two of people kind of going through those sort of ego battles, I call them, that your ego wants to think, hey, I can do this, I can be right. But the bottom line is that even Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, all the pros have needed coaches all along the years to be effective at being the best in their field. So the reality is, hey, why not have a coach that backs you up? And frankly, some of the most experienced traders are some of our most loyal clients that keep coming back year after year saying, I like the accountability of having somebody to work with that makes sure that I'm still following my plan, because there's always that human desire, that ego desire to want to fall back and say, I know I'm right and the market's wrong. And you have to work your way through that and continue to be accountable to making sure that you're doing the right things consistently over time to maintain a high level of performance.
Yeah, so if you have somebody as a mentor to even just be a buddy to bounce ideas off of and just catch you when you fall, that's a really great support cast to have. So
yeah, it's critical. It really is.
Okay, let's move on to your newsletters then. Are these designed for people who are just trading on their own and you just let them go and throw out ideas to let them do it? Or
when we started, we figured people could just do that themselves, but we found that there too, that some people want the benefits of the results that come from us and my team of analysts following the markets all day. But don't want to have to be glued to a screen all day themselves. So we actually have people that subscribe to the products, and then there's several brokerage firms who can actually automatically get them in and out of every trade. When we say get in or get out, the broker will automatically fill them according to however the customer wants to set that up. So you don't have to be glued to the screen like we are. You can actually just benefit from the results that come from the recommendation analysis. We do a lot of education even within the recommendation program, sending out not just the trade. It's not a black box system. We send you at the end of each day why we did that trade, what we're looking at, what our stop is, what's our current status on the position, whether it's a winner or a loser. We never leave you hanging. We're always telling you exactly where everything stands, and that keeps us accountable too. So we're motivated to say, okay, that one's not working, get rid of it, move on to one that's more likely to work, and keep on rotating your capital into your better ideas.
Yeah, I think that's really good because your subscribers will have accountability to themselves, like you said in the last 3 Gurus webinar. People have to understand what they're doing, whether it's based on somebody else's idea or not.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's so easy to want to blame somebody else or to want to put it out of your mind. I mean, it's like, how many times have you ever noticed where you are looking at a trade that's not going your way, so you just figure, I'll just step away for a while and I'll come back and look at it. It's so easy to want to walk away. You want to walk away from it, and your ego is constantly doing battle against your trading success. For example, how many times do you close a trade And when you should be moving on to the next opportunity, you're going back looking at how good of a closeout was that during the trading day. That's basically soaking up your energy. So we talk a lot about energy gains versus energy drains. Things that are draining your energy, wasting your time, not helping you to make money on your next trade. That's just a drain. We want to plug those holes and get you focused on your next opportunity.